Well, Gary Neville said that many saying Conte should go this morning. I'd keep him right where he is and make him do his job.
Why? To prove what to who?
Yeah,
I'm going to rub his face in it if he's not careful.
I know.
Can I have my P45 now?
He just wants it. He just wants it. You're watching a clip from the Football Ramble podcast. For the full episode, search Football Ramble wherever you get your podcasts. New episodes out Monday to Friday. Right, let's get on with it, shall we?
Let's go to the Premier League. Southampton 3, Tottenham 3. Great game for the neutrals.
Fuck the game. Honestly.
I mean, it was an amazing game.
6
But who's
goals?
even thinking about that?
Last minute winner.
I did get equaliser.
Oh, equaliser, yeah.
Ward Prowse did say it felt like a winner.
Which is why they're going to go down.
What happened are they, Jim? They keep getting the odd result here and there. And, my
Can I have my P45 now?
He just wants it. He just wants it.
You know, Chat GPT.
Yeah.
That artificial intelligence thing online where you can give it a subject and then set your parameters. Like, what would
Marcus Speller do if he was headlining Reading?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And they'll play that out. And genuinely, that was you type in Tottenham press conference, but given by a lifelong Arsenal fan, because it hit all the predictable notes about like history of failure, never winning anything, players not up for stuff, and that was the manager. That was the real manager.
Did it? The best thing was
he's the real manager. He's the real manager
with his fake hair. He didn't even speak to the players. He just went straight to the press and slagged them off, the club off, the hierarchy off, and then later on gaslit his boss by going, "I didn't mean you."
Do you reckon he
Pay me to leave at any time, though.
He literally had, "This is the history of Tottenham," which has been a meme for the last 5 years.
Unbelievable. Do you think he found a monitor?
Pick up that big bag of money. Pick it up. I dare you, Daniel. Fucking pick it up.
Blink first. He just found a monitor, set up the stream and went, lads, no post-match, just turn that on. I've got something to say to you. And he streamed the press conference in there. My
highlight of the whole thing was when he'd made his case and talking about the players not, responding or whatever it was he said. And one of the journalists in the room said, "Why do you think that is, Antonio?" And he went, "Why? Bah!"
He found levels of his tone that we've not heard before. Because often in the post match he's sort of quiet and almost a little bit croaky,
quiet fury,
and a bit sort of he's sort of bubbling up and so on.
We all knew this was in there,
but there was always it was lovely intonation and sort of higher pitched tones and so on. But I mean, he called the players selfish, saying they don't want to help each other. He went after the board, saying they can change the manager, but the situation cannot change, to say these quotes. I know you've sort of said this already, chaps, but Tottenham's story, this is 20 years, there is this owner, and they have never won something. Why? I mean, after the Champions League game against Milan, where he came out and said, I might be sacked by the end of the season, and he was sort of shrugging his shoulders, I thought, I don't think, certainly in this country, I've seen a manager come out with that kind of stuff before. Again, he's managed to make us think the same thing. I've never seen a manager. We've seen some madness before, but this,
it's a spectacular passing of the buck, really, isn't it? Because they look like a team with no leadership, and this is clearly why they look like that. Because I don't think in a situation like that where your manager's saying things about you in that sense, how are you going to feel like you're going to pull in a positive direction? Part of it is that I don't think he's getting much out of the players they signed in the summer. They're good players. Richarlison, Perisic, Basuma, they're decent players.
Well, he
they're
said
not
he was
getting
happy.
enough from those
he
players.
said at the end of that, he said he was happy with the squad. So you're either happy with the squad or you're not happy with the squad.
Well, it's
or you're happy with the squad and you kind of want them to mark a 45-year-old Theo Walcott in the box. I mean, that's what you want out of a team.
Indeed. But look, they're probably about the fourth best team in England right now, aren't they? Because that's what the league table is.
Which they proved last year, which they proved in 2018-19, which they proved when they finished third in 2017-18, then they finished second in 2016-17. And so even when he was talking about, be a minor miracle to finish fourth, so we've done it plenty of times before with other people. A lot of these same players, actually, Antonio.
Yeah. Gary Neville said that many saying Conte should go this morning. I'd keep him right where he is and make him do his job.
Why? To prove what to who?
I'm going to rub his face in it if he's not careful.
I know. I mean, I'm
going to make this smoker smoke all the cigarettes.
But the reports are saying that the Tottenham players expect him to leave in the summer before the start of next season.
Yeah.
I think we're all. Conte's pretty much said that himself. So you do think to yourself, well, should they keep it? I mean, I think for Tottenham, if they were to try and get someone else in now, it may be a bit of a knee-jerk reaction. Not a knee-jerk reaction, sorry. That it may be very short-term.
Well,
to try and get somebody else in, unless if they were to appoint, say, Tuchel in the summer, you might think to yourself, why did you maybe not do that a little bit earlier? Personal circumstances that we don't know about, blah 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 blah. But I think if this is any other club, I think he would have probably got sacked for that.
Well, I think so as well, and I think he yet might, because we've got the international break coming up. There's time for them to sort of possibly
very
bring
true.
some plans forward. There's absolutely no way they've not been thinking about what they might do in the summer for a while, even as a contingency plan, even if they were hoping to make Conte stay. I just think there's a manager available right now who very recently had some of the best XG in Europe. He's just left Southampton under a cloud. Jones in.
Get Jones in.
Get him in there, even as a caretaker. Look,
they're going to get Marco Silva in the summer.
You not think there's something to the Pochettino/Tuchel ambition?
I'm just resigned to it, Jim.
Yeah.
Poch signed a lot of those players as well, to be fair.
I don't think Poch is a goer at all.
You not
actually.
think?
Just
But Luke thinks they
sound-
just have to get it out of the system.
Yeah, but just
think there might be something to that.
But if you read what a lot of people who cover Spurs are saying, that I think they don't want to go back to that situation, because actually a lot of the players aren't still there. A lot of the most important players from that time aren't still there. If you think about Vertonghen, Alderweireld, Kyle Walker, Eriksen, Dembele, that's a proper spine of a proper team. They're not there. You've got to start again anyway. If you could trust a manager to kick off like that and then continue on for the rest of the season, because Spurs still have a lot to play for, then obviously you wouldn't remove him. But you can't after that. You certainly can't trust him to do the necessary job between now and the end of the season.
That's right.
Which is the reason to get rid of him.
Yeah.
But the reason I think they might go back to Pochettino is they need someone who wants to be there and will stick around and will look to rebuild. And, Tuchel historically doesn't really do that. Clearly, short-termism hasn't worked with Conte and hasn't worked with Mourinho. And, I suppose Marco Silva is that sort of manager, isn't it? Where you give him a bit of time and you let him build. But I don't know. I don't think it's completely out of the question, out of the realms of possibility that Pochettino will return.
Well, if Silva goes there, his first signing is going to be Paulinho.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Bollocks to all of you. James Ward-Prowse, good to see him firing in a penalty. He missed his last one, of course. And I thought to myself, are we going to see him? Because when he missed that one, I thought, well, you know where he's going to put it. He does that whip, and he puts it. Will put it to the goalkeeper's right. Where he clearly thought, right, I'll stuff it in the top corner of the it's just like,
against the biggest goalkeeper in the world,
who used to be his next door neighbour, apparently. Yeah. So I did quite find it. He said I couldn't even look at him because I thought I might laugh.
That was great, wasn't it?
Lovely
a
stuff.
lovely wholesome interview before Conte took the mic.
Indeed, yes. Well, of course, Conte wasn't the only one getting all hot and bothered on the weekend. When asked by some fans about Chelsea's 2-2 draw with Everton, owner Todd Bowley replied, "Shit fucking game."
Yeah, shit
Nice.
fucking
He's got his words.
Everyone's just on one this weekend, aren't they?
An effing shit game. Do you know what I mean? That's what he should have said. But there we are. He's still adapting to the Premier League.
Cheers for watching another fantastic clip from the Football Ramble podcast. Make sure you click like on this video and subscribe to the channel, which means you will not miss a single upload.